Hello and welcome to Alumni Stadium, Braintree's second game of the season. They won their home opener as they face here today against Brookline. Mike Wassel here for BCAM TV, and Braintree beating Canton in their home opener by the score of 14-1, and that one was a dominating performance from the start. They scored 2 goals in the first 2 minutes and really never looked back, scoring 8 goals in the second half, and really defensively they shut down the Bulldogs in that one, and they're trying to carry it over momentum-wise into this one as head coach Tracy Sullivan and her squad have picked up where the expectations were started from last season. They have the talent to do so, and we are just about ready for action here at Braintree High School as we'll have the opening face-off momentarily. But again, Braintree 1-0, facing off against a Brookline team that's expected to be better than they were last year. Last year was a little bit down for them in terms of wins, but this should be a more competitive game than Braintree faced against Canton. And we'll see what Braintree has in store after a thumping 14-1 win over Canton as we have the opening face-off right now here at Braintree High School, and it'll be Libby Burchill taking the draw for the Womps. Off the draw, Burchill able to sky high it, and now actually able to pick it up, and that was the tandem that really got things going for Braintree in that last win over Canton as they move the ball into the attacking zone. Back behind the goal, it's Kelly swinging it back over to Yaxter. Reinhold had 5 goals in that last game, but a big stop here on the opening shot, and that bodes well for the Warriors, who going to need those type of saves in a game against a high-powered offense like Braintree. Right now, the goalie having some trouble finding a defensive player to get it to, and Yaxter there on the forecheck, able to take it away. Sending it down inside as that one bounces, and it's picked up by Braintree, looking down low and in front to score for the Womps as Norton finds the back of the goal, able to cut through a couple defenders and find the opening strike here just 45 seconds in. Again, face-off at midfield. Norton scoring the first goal of the game. And again, the draw 1. And Burchill able to pick it up herself. Sending it down inside to Reinhold, who comes in and scores as Braintree struck twice in the opening minute. It all starts with that important face-off, and Braintree just so good at it. So important to have somebody so proficient. And not only does it give you possession, but it gives you a chance to strike early, which is Braintree's done. And it's exactly what they did against Canton, scoring twice early in that one to put, really, the Bulldogs away. And right now they're doing the same thing to Brookline, as the draw is 1 into her stick yet again as Burchill goes forward. Braintree finding a stud on the draw as inside it is Kelly, and that shot is warded off. Braintree shading defensively. It's Burchill trying to force out of bounds, and Braintree okay with that infraction. They know that the defense was there. And that's the one thing about this Braintree team that a lot of teams aren't going to be ready for is Braintree is very aggressive. They play as physical as they can. A lot of hockey players on this Braintree team as well, so it's a little bit different of a sport. You want to go out there and play as physical as you can, but sometimes it's a little bit out of the rules. And Braintree this time able to get possession out of that call. Again, up right now by a score of 2-0. A couple minutes in as Yaxter dancing, looking for the shot. And the stick was in her face as they'll start it up again. And Yaxter will have a good look in towards the goal if she wants to go that route. She does take the shot, and she scores beating the goalie low to the stick side. Braintree scored 3 different times here in the first half. All 3 goals scored by different players. And again, we are set for another face-off as Braintree has completely dominated the start of this, and they put Brookline in the rearview mirror ready. And if this is the way Braintree plays all season long, they are going to be a tough team to beat. And it's going to be really something to look forward to when they play some of the powerhouses in the forms of Needham and Walpole. And those are the teams that you're really going to see where is Braintree at. And right now they're picking up where they need to in terms of the way they want to start their season, looking to pick up their 2nd consecutive victory. And they want to try and do as well as they can at home and try and do the home cooking, because they will have some tougher games on the road. Those are the tough environments to play at. See if they can take advantage of this softer home schedule that has started the season. But this is a much more talented team as Braintree takes the shot. That's Kelly, who was denied for the 2nd time here in the first half. .21.5 to go. First half of play, Braintree up by 3. Long pass, and that one is bobbled for the moment. Now Braintree fighting for it as Moore getting in the action. And it will be a Braintree possession out of it. Braintree starting things in the offensive zone. When they've had the ball, they've gone right to the goal, as they do here. And the shot by Alves is saved. As Brookline continues to be on their heels defensively, Braintree bringing the pressure early and often here in the game, and it has turned out very well. As the Womps again with ferocious work, trying to take the ball away. That time it was Norton. Ball moved over the midfield mark for the first time in the game for Brookline, and again Braintree guilty of the infraction. One thing you will see are a lot of stoppages. They do run the clock during those stoppages, but sometimes it does take a while for these referees to get things going. But so far it looks like this officiating crew is doing a nice job early in the game, trying to speed the process up as that one goes out of play. Moore all the way back from her defensive zone, able to carry it over midfield as she's knocked down from behind. "19 minutes left here in the first half of play. Braintree on the offensive again. As that one was swapped off with Reinhold, who's already scored once. Five goals in the opening game, one so far here early on. Figures to lead the team in scoring. But this is a Braintree team that has 5-6 players that can score with consistency as the shot is taken and wide. And let's see who was first to it. That was pretty close. And it's going to be a Brookline possession. Thinking back to the opening game, 7 different players scored for Braintree. 4 of those players scoring more than just 1 goal. So that tells part of the story that we're talking about here as far as offense goes, that this is a Braintree team that can spread it around on the offensive side of the ball. But then again, they only have 1 goal in that one, so you have to look at the defense as well. And we haven't even mentioned Duffy's name in goal yet because she hasn't been tested. She wasn't tested against Canton either. Well, at least not with consistency. I think the most important thing to think about as far as Braintree is concerned this season versus last is they have that experience that has propelled them higher up in the rankings, and I think a lot of people were underlooking them heading into the season, but I think now that you've seen them play a game and after this one is posted, you'll see that this is a Braintree team that will compete with these superpowers as the Womps try and really build this program up to that stature. As the long pass is connected with by Kelly, who caught that one neatly on a hop. And now she's on the move. So 16:40 to go here in the first half. Braintree scored 3 times so far. I haven't scored in a while, but they have a good chance right here as Kelly will shoot, and this time she will score. Her 3rd shot of the half, and this time it finds the back of the goal. And again, Braintree with their 4th different scorer. And this is a good learning experience for a lot of these younger players for the Womps who got in last game against Canton and figure to play a lot this season because Braintree figures to score a lot and get themselves sizable leads, giving head coach Tracy Sullivan a lot to work with. If you want to try different lineups, different setups, and even try some maybe game plays that you try and practice that you want to work on in game situations, it makes these type of games the ones that turn into those games that you can use it and try it out. So 9 minutes into the half, Braintree's up 4-0 and with possession. Tenney with it, sending it back up top for Reinhold. Reinhold looking to go to goal, and she's shut off. You see right now Brookline trying to clog up the middle. That time they had 4 players there trying to impede the path, and they weren't able to do that, as Braintree will have the opportunity now with another chance. And the shot, and that one was kicked out. That was a nice stop. Can't fault the goalie at all here in this first half. Made 4 stops already, and it's just Braintree bringing the pressure. Chance now in the attacking zone as Braintree coming back defensively to knock that one away as Tenaglia got a piece, but Brookline does stay with possession. First time with sustained action in the attacking zone against Braintree. Braintree again guilty of the whistle as that pass was blocked away. Good defensive work in Braintree's own end as Delgado did a nice job, and she played strong in that opening game against Canton, having a couple nice interceptions, good reads, and that's what you want to see from the defensive side as there is Alves coming in all the way to goal and scoring Braintree's 5th of the half. So the Womps clicking on all cylinders early, and this is going to be a timeout taken as Brookline has fallen behind very quickly here in the first half. As we'll take a break in the action with 14:04 to go in the first half. Braintree 5 and Brookline nothing. Back here after the timeout by Brookline, another draw at midfield. This time a little different approach from Braintree. Usually the two players facing each other, but this time Braintree side by side as Tenney takes the draw this time and wins it for the moment. Now loses it, and Brookline able to pick it up. Down behind the goal as the Warriors with it. As Braintree takes it away defensively with 13.5 to go. Blumenthal into the game for the first time, heading it over midfield on the pass to Reinhold, who goes to the corner, and Braintree will set up camp in the attacking zone again. As the play is called out. Looked like Brookline had a player caught upfield, offsides. That one's knocked away from Reinhold. Good defensive play. Braintree getting a stick on it. That was Kelly, and that one a little bit high and dangerous. So Brookline looking to move it over midfield. Braintree with 4 white shirts around, trying to knock it away, but a nice pass, able to break it over midfield. As the Warriors still awaiting their first goal of the game. A quick pass, side of the goal. Duffy still waiting to make her first save of the game. Right now the Warriors doing a lot of just running around, nobody getting open, and make those extra passes, try and ease up on this Braintree defense that right now is swarming, taking away all of the passing lanes and shooting lanes, making it very tough to get off quality shots. And the wind's starting to pick up a little bit here. Nice work. Braintree shutting that one off as Morrissey came over to break up that play. With 10:15 left here in the first half. There'll be an opportunity now for the Warriors for potentially their first shot in on goal here in the half. And there is Duffy's first save, catching that one cleanly. sometimes these are the toughest games for goalies because they're not really ready for those shots because they haven't been tested. But Duffy was up to the task, making her first save, and in her first season as the starting goalie, building some confidence, and that's going to be important moving forward. As going in alone and scoring, Tenney absolutely doing her job. Making a nice deke, going around the defender. And Braintree with their 6th goal of the half. 6 goals, 6 different scores for Braintree, and this one pretty much picture perfect for the Womps. Couldn't have scripted this any better. They're getting everybody involved early in the game. Just got a timely stop from Duffy in goal, and they're winning just about every draw. Off the draw, Braintree winning possession as Burchill looking to go in towards the goal. Send it down low, and the shot from Alves right over the shoulder, under the bar, and into the back of the goal, picking up her 2nd goal of the half. And the first player for Braintree with 2 goals in the game, and the Womps up by a touchdown, 7-0. Braintree led 6-0 at halftime against Canton. They already have a chance to lead by potentially double digits in this one at half, the way that things are going, and they're scoring whenever they want. They'll redo the draw. Burchill on the draw. As they have a stalemate now, it is picked up by Yaxter, taking a step back over midfield to pick it up. That was the way things started to begin the game. And here comes Blumenthal, and a quick whistle. And on goal is Blumenthal, uncontested, sending that one to the back of the goal. Braintree up 8-0, and if you're Brookline, I mean, you got to try and change something up, whether it's change up who's taking the draws, change up strategy, something. Right now, whatever they are trying to do is Braintree's just going right through them. You obviously have to give most of the credit to Braintree for their game plan heading into it, but you have to make adjustments, and right now it's going to come down to that because Braintree has a chance to put up very crooked numbers on this scoreboard. And we might have running clock for most of the second half if the game stays the way it's going. So a change on the face-off works out as they control possession, and the Warriors now moving it in towards the goal. Let's see if they can get some confidence going. That one was shut off very quickly by the defense of Yaxter, looking for a shot, and that one right into the catching stick of Duffy, who's made her 2nd stop of the half. 2 for 2 shots and saves. As the pass was sent high and over the head of Norton. And Brookline touched that one before it went out of bounds. Otherwise, it would have been the possession because Braintree had the errant pass that went just over the head of Norton, who has it now. Norton trying to dance around a few defenders, makes a nice pass inside for Alves, who shoots and scores, netting the hat trick here in the first half. Still 7:10 to go. And And she's going to come off, as she has played excellent here in the first 20 minutes of this game. And the way things are going for the Womps, I would be surprised if, again, they get some of the reserves in the second half. But this has been fun to watch from a coaching standpoint, seeing that all that hard work in the offseason has paid off, and Braintree's coming out of the gates seemingly ready to pick up their second win. Off the draw, it pops free, and is picked up by Deirdre Burchill. Burchill, looking for her first of the game, sends it down in the direction of Blumenthal. It looked like it was more intended for Reinold, but Blumenthal goes down, and Brookline picking it up. Looking to work it over midfield, and Braintree clean on stick, knocking that one away. And you have to wonder if Brookline might want to try and make some quicker passes, because trying to carry it over midfield made it a lot tougher as that shot goes wide, and Blumenthal missed the goal. Sometimes, man on man, you see the defenders doing a nice job on your attackers, so it's tough to make that pass, but in certain cases, you'd like to see the players make the extra pass versus trying to do it themselves and just carry it over midfield, which we just saw by Brookline, and that was the result. Braintree was able to double team and knock it away. Yaxter makes one move, and now looking down inside for Burchill, who takes the scoop shot and scores between the legs of the goal, or the goalie, and Braintree has now scored in double digits. It's 10-0. 8 different scores here in the first half for the Womps, as Burchill gets her first. Braintree with possession, 4:45 left, and a quick moving first half. Braintree with all 10 of the goals so far. Popping free, and Tenney with it. Tenney is double teamed, and a quick whistle. Long pass out of the reach for Brookline, as Braintree coming back into their own end as Holland makes the pass. And now Norton with it, setting up shop. Braintree right now moving it around the outside. Seen 3 different players touch it on this possession so far. Doherty on the interior look for Norton. And they're going to call the offensive foul that time on Norton for knocking down the defender. Looking for the pass in front, and that one just a little bit too high. That would have been a great chance for Brookline as Braintree back to pick it up. And now it's carried over midfield. That pass is blocked. Certainly not a shortage of effort on the Brookline side. They are giving it what they can, but right now Braintree doing the little things to win those 50-50 battles, and they're so important in most sports, and this is definitely one of them that plays into that. Very similar to hockey. A lot of those 50-50 battles result in goals and good scoring chances, which right now Braintree may get a good look at goal. Reynolds wants for the shot, but she's shut off with two players, makes the nice pass, and Norton takes the shot, but the whistle is before. Shot taken and into the back of the goal, as Norton has found the back of the goal twice here in the first half. (11-0) with 1:22 left in the first half of play. Very quick win by Tenney. Final 45 seconds. Braintree looks like they may want to potentially hold for the final shot here of the half with 25 seconds to go. Norton with it. Reynolds in, and the whistle. So Braintree will have it just outside of the 10-yard line, the top of the semicircle. And that is the way the first half will come to a close. So Braintree finishing the half with an 11-0 lead. They were looking for one last chance, but the time ran out. With the game being a 10-goal margin, the clock will continue. And the Womps playing a flawless first half of play, Duffy making a few timely stops when needed. And Braintree getting 3 goals from Elves to lead the Womps to an 11-0 halftime lead. We'll be back for second half action right after this here on BCAM TV. Welcome back to Alumni Stadium. We are ready for second half action with Braintree up 11-0 here over Brookline. Mike Wassel here for BCAM TV and the Womps. Picking up where they left off in the victory over Canton as they scored in double digits now in their second consecutive game and figure to do that a lot more this season. Off the draw, it is won by Brookline. So the Warriors trying to start this second half with some positive notes. As we have the whistle against the Womps. And this may be their best chance of the game as Duffy looks to be in line for a shot as that one is shot and wide. Duffy being smart and cutting down the angle, making the shooter want to try and label that one for the corner and end up shooting it wide. So with the running clock, this second half may end very quickly. So that one was sent towards the midfield line, and Norton with a tough pass for Reinhold, who was bumped off the play a little bit. As now Doherty with it. Player going down for the Warriors. Second time we've seen a player go down here in the game, once back in the first half. Generally you see that on a nice move from the offensive player. Looking for the shot in front. And the stick was up in Braintree's face as they'll get a chance. Shot, and that one is wide, blocked. Braintree with it. 22-10 to go as Reinhold switches places. Back behind the goal, it is Doherty. And we'll see how much time Braintree wants to run on some of these possessions. Trying to work it around, make that extra pass, run some clock in the process, and ultimately, obviously, score at the end. Norton, the pass down low looking for Doherty. Is that one knocked away? There's a flag set to be thrown. And now it'll be the opportunity for Reinhold. Looking for her second of the game. See if she makes that quick pass across. Attacks, shoots, and bounces it home. Able to skip it in between the legs of the new goalie that has entered. Off the draw, Moore this time taking it, and Brookline has won their second consecutive. Brookline moving it over midfield. Quick pass. Now looking to attack. Quick stoppage. And now Brookline will possess behind the Braintree goal. Big collision right out in front. Both Moore and Tagallo getting a piece, knocking the player down. Brookline still looking for the first goal of the game with 18:15 to go. Braintree up 12-0. Shot taken, and it's bounced into the catching stick and actually goes over the goal now, as Duffy made yet another save. It's been perfect so far here in the game. Brookline getting their chances here on this possession. They haven't been able to score yet. As that one skips up the slot, taking the shot, it was saved by Duffy. It doesn't matter, there was a whistle before the shot. Shot taken, and this time it finds the back of the goal as the Warriors have scored for the first time. Finally breaking up the shutout. As Braintree's now allowed their first goal of the game, their second goal allowed this season. One against Canton, one so far against Brookline. Off the face-off, the Warriors win another one. They've won 3 in a row here in the second half. They're looking much different. So whatever was said at halftime has gotten the message across. And I think you expected to see a little bit more of this from them in that start. But Braintree really took them out of it early with a couple goals in the first minute. Quick passing behind the goal. Braintree doing a good job shading the player to the outside. Circling back up top. Braintree with two players now converging. As Moore attacking along with Tenaglia. Tandem knowing each other well from the basketball team. As that one is taken away by Duffy, who read the play well. From a goalie position. Delgado with a nice little interior pass. As Morrissey trying to move it up herself. Subs come in as Braintree gets it over midfield. Reinhold with it. Big guns back in for Braintree. Birchill and Yaxter checking in. Skip pass, and that one too hot to handle as Braintree throws it away. Fourteen minutes to go. Braintree up 12-1. One loose, and the battle for it as Reinhold was first to it. Another substitution checking back in. This time it's Libby Birchill coming in. As the shot taken from a tough angle and able to score. Make it a 12-2 game. And 13 minutes to go on the clock. The Warriors have struck twice here in the second half. And this has been a much different team than we saw in the first half, where Braintree led 11-0. Off of the draw, the whistle going on Brookline. Braintree will have it. Quick pass from Birchill to Doherty, down low in front. And the shot taken over the goal. As Lee had a chance on a breakaway and wasn't able to hit the net. Trying to shoot that one high. Nice pass in front, and Yaxter shoots it wide as well. Braintree right now misfiring on a couple of good looks and still trying on that offensive side to get another goal. Eleven and a half to go in the game. Shot, and that one was knocked away as it's picked up now by Lee. And look at the player tripped up on their own, but they're going to give the benefit of the doubt to the Warriors. And a half to go in the game. Braintree up by 10. Temperatures really dropping here at Braintree High School. Does not feel like spring, as the pass down in front again for Lee wasn't connected with. Now behind the goal, it's Burchill looking for Lee again, and that one doesn't connect as Reinhold in the middle of things again and draws the whistle. Reinhold shoots, and that one bounces off of the crossbar and bounces out. Some bad luck there for Reinhold, who was looking for the hat trick. So far, 2 goals in the game, but some bad luck as that one catches iron. Nine minutes left. There's Brookline with possession. Right now they're going to have to try and start moving it towards the goal. They're running out of time, trying to come back in this one. Two goals scored here in the second half, and Brookline in another position where they can take a good shot. Decide to go behind the goal instead. Good stick work, as Doherty knocked that one away. Burchill playing defense, and now Yaxter coming over. Yaxter the guilty party in that scenario. Pretty much identical to the stoppage just about a minute ago, where Brookline had the same position on the field, but they've now run almost a minute and a half off the clock. As that one, I believe, came right out of the stick, but Braintree did certainly influence that one, knocking it away. Yaxter trying to work it up the sidelines, and she was forced out. Quick pass, and that one a little too low for Burchill to handle, and contact with the body, allowing possession to go the other way. Long pass, that one doesn't connect, and now it will be a Braintree possession. That'll run some valuable time off of the clock. Pass from Delgado in her own end to Burchill. He's looking for the pass to Balsamo. Now it's moved to midfield, but no further. And now Braintree guilty of it. And as a few raindrops start to come down here in the final 6 minutes. Long run to the outside, kept in the field of play, and 50-50 call. It goes against Brookline. pass from Lee in her own end, as Braintree now moving it out in front, and Lee not able to catch it. Would have had a great look. It seems like the goalie change has made a difference here in the second half for Brookline. Haven't made a ton of saves, but it seems like that has changed a little bit of the momentum. You see that in the sport of hockey. Generally, the team responds well to a decision like that. The Warriors have outscored Braintree here in the second half, 2-1, but still trailed by 10. It's 12-2, and there's 4:45 to go. Good pass out in front, but a little bit too hot to handle. Now a long run to it as Tenney trying to work the defender over. As that one pops out of the stick. Braintree will clear out inside. Chance now for the shot, and it's whistled wide. Under 4 minutes to go. Possession behind the Braintree goal. And the shot. And that one, no goal. Hit the post and came out. Brookline was starting to celebrate. They thought it went in, and from here, couldn't tell. They don't have that back bar like they do in hockey where the ball or puck can come out that quickly. And that time, clearly, it hit off the post and ricocheted back out. Very strange bounce, but Braintree will certainly take it. Final 3 minutes here in the game as Tenney comes in and scores. Going far side. A couple feet off the ground, making the quality shot. And that's her second strike here of the game. Eight different scorers in the game for Braintree. They have 13 goals on the board. The only player right now with 3 is Alves, and that all came in the first half. Braintree winning and getting control of another draw here in the final 2 minutes. He actually hands it over to Burchill. Braintree looking to run some clock here on this possession as Blumenthal still attacking and decides otherwise. Now takes it back out and sends a little bit of a tough pass to handle, but Burchill able to do so with nobody around. Warriors not in any mood to defend. She can run around uncontested. Back behind the goal. Final 90 seconds. Lee wants a goal here in the game, and she's attacking. Has it knocked away. And now it's picked up in the crease. As Braintree with the infraction. As we'll close in now on the final minute. Diving try from the Womps by Holland, trying to make the acrobatic play. As that one knocked away. Maybe one last chance here in the game for Brookline. Final 35 seconds. This will probably just about be the final possession shot, however you want to put it. Because again, with the clock running, there will be no more stoppages. Braintree makes a stop here. This may be the final score, as that one goes wide of the goal. As they'll stop the clock with 15 seconds to go, because the player had to track it down well outside the boundary. Play resuming. 10 seconds to go, and Brookline looking for one final shot to try and make it again back to a 10-goal game. And they will not have that chance. Or maybe they still will. Quick stoppage. Shot. And again off of the post, ricochets to the outside, and that does it. A 13-2 victory. Another thorough beating for the Womps, as they prove to 2-0. Back-to-back victories here at home over Canton, 14-1, and here today over Brookline, 13-2. So Duffy 2 for 2 on the season with victories, and the Womps getting the job done all the way around. 8 different scorers here today, and all the action that needed to be done was done in that first half of play. 11 goals scored by Braintree. They led 11-0 at half, and this one was over probably about 20 minutes in or so, and the Womps with an 11-goal victory. Again, Alves with a hat trick here in the game, followed down behind by Tenney, Norton, and Reinold with 2 apiece. And Braintree now a perfect 2-0 on the season. For the final time here, the Womps with a 13-2 victory over the Warriors. For John Orfanos, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.